So the MRI results are in. I have a grade 3 tear in my medial collateral ligament, or as they say, MCL, and pretty much all the standard advice you'll find online, the kind on every health website, says I need to stop running for a while. And look, most people do. They rest, they put on a brace, and they wait. So why am I out here on the road right now? Well, it's complicated. And the reason probably isn't what you think. This isn't about being tough or pushing through the pain. It's about listening to my body, carefully assessing the risks, and building a plan for my very specific situation. This isn't a story about being reckless. It's a story about being reasoned. My doctor pointed to this feathery white line on my MRI, a line that definitely shouldn't be there, and confirmed it, a torn MCL. But then he said something I didn't expect, that I didn't necessarily have to stop running. In fact, he said to me, "You're not gonna go do that today?" I questioned him and I was like, huh? And he goes, "Well, if it's not super painful, you can." So this isn't a how-to video, it's a follow-along video. And this is day one of a very new, very unexpected running journey. Okay, let's get the big disclaimer out of the way right now. For almost every MCL tear, stopping is the right move. The medial collateral ligament is one of the 4 main ligaments that keeps your knee stable, connecting your thigh bone to your shin bone on the inside of your leg. Injure it, and you mess with that stability. The standard advice is clear and it's wise. RICE. Rest, ice, compression, and elevation. You give the ligament time to heal, usually with a brace and physical therapy, before you even think about returning to activity. And I have one. I got this fancy dancy $400 brace that I wear constantly. The whole process can take anywhere from a few weeks for a light sprain to a few months for a serious tear. If you ignore this, you're risking chronic instability, re-injury, or even messing up other parts of your knee. And I want to be crystal clear, I respect that advice. It is the right advice for almost everyone. If your knee hurts, don't run. If you got swelling, if it feels unstable, or you have sharp pain, you need to stop and see a professional, full stop. And I did all that. I got the professional evaluation, and that's where my story kind of veered off the standard path. The conversation with my doctor and my physical therapist was much more nuanced. It wasn't a simple yes or no. It was a conversation about if and how. And that's what I wanted to share with you, not as a recommendation, but just as a totally transparent look at how my medical team and I built a framework to make this call. So what makes my situation the exception? Really boils down to a few things. First, and this is the most important part, is the specific diagnosis from my doctor. After reviewing the MRI, he gave me the official grade of the tear, and then he said something like, "Oh, you don't want to continue playing hockey, or you don't want to continue running?" And that was the crack in the door for me. It wasn't a green light, but it wasn't a red one either. It was a yellow light that came with a very strict set of conditions. Basically, the tear was a more specific grade and type where the risk of more damage was manageable. If I was careful, it wasn't a full rupture, and my knee still had a baseline level of stability. Like my physiotherapist said, can't hurt it any more than it already is. Which brings me to my second part, and honestly the most critical piece of this whole experiment, the rules. My physical therapist and I laid out some non-negotiable rules. I'm not just going out and running like I used to. It's a completely new kind of running for me. First up, pace and distance. All my old goals, gone. I'm not looking at my watch for speed anymore. I'm looking at it for control. The rule is simple. Stay in zone 2 and never go beyond, say, 5 to 10 kilometers. The goal here isn't fitness. It's just controlled, careful movement that doesn't put stress on the ligament. Second, my form. My PT spotted something almost immediately that might have contributed to the injury, not necessarily in itself, but weakened the ligament itself before the hockey injury that occurred. He pointed out my cadence in my runs. So now every single step is a conscious effort to fix that. My main focus is on increasing my cadence, making sure my foot lands directly under my center of mass. This is mentally exhausting. It's not the free, mindful running I love. It's deliberate, focused practice. Third is cross-training. Running is just a small piece of the puzzle now. The real work is happening in the gym, sort of, or in the bathroom, or wherever I can find spots to sort of work out. PT is the cornerstone of all of this. My program is all about strengthening everything that supports the knee, the quads, hamstrings, hips, glutes. I'm doing a ton of exercises like Bulgarian split squats and calf raises to basically build a muscular scaffold around the joint, protecting it. And the last and most important rule is about pain. This is the ultimate kill switch. My PT was incredibly clear. You can run with awareness of the knee, but if the pain ever goes above a 2 out of 10, the run stops, period. This isn't about being tough or gritting my teeth. If I feel any sharp pain, or if the pain gets worse during a run, or if it's worse the next day, the experiment is over. Look, this isn't some blind commitment to run no matter what. That would just be stupid. The only reason this is responsible at all is because I have a very clear plan for when to stop. So I want to be totally transparent about my bailout conditions. These are the red lines. If I cross any of them, this whole experiment stops immediately. Number 1, sharp or catching pain. A dull awareness is one thing. A sharp pain is my body screaming, stop. If I feel that, I'm stopping mid-run, walking back to my car. Number 2, swelling. If my knee swells up after a run, even hours later, that's a sign of inflammation. It means the run was too much for the tissue to handle. Number 3, my baseline pain gets worse. If my knee just starts hurting more day to day, or if it's worse the morning after a run, that's a huge red flag that I'm accumulating damage, not healing. Number 4, any feeling of instability. The only reason I can even attempt this is because the knee is still fundamentally stable. If I ever feel it give way, buckle, or shift, it's over. The running stops. And number 5, my physical therapist says so. I'm seeing him regularly. We're tackling my progress and my strength. If he sees anything he doesn't like, his word is law. This whole thing is built on his guidance, and I have to be ready to hear no. So that's the plan. This isn't a how-to guide for running on an injury, and it's definitely not a victory lap. To be honest, I have no idea if this is even going to work. But I promise to document the whole thing, the good days, the bad days, and all the data. My goal here is to share a different kind of injury story. It's not about the binary choice between stopping and going, but about the space in between. The space where you can partner with professionals to assess risk, set boundaries, and make an informed decision that's right for your specific situation. This is sort of day 1. The first video in a series where I'm going to track this entire, continue to run journey. I guess if you've ever dealt with an injury, I would genuinely love to hear about your experience in the comments. What did you do? What did you learn? How did you handle the mental side of it? The community and shared knowledge there is invaluable. And hey, if you want to see how this all plays out, if you want to follow the rehab, see the data, and find out if this whole measured experiment actually works, I'd love for you to subscribe. Thanks for being here for this first very careful step.